Students, today we are going to see the static structural analysis. So just take this and drag over this window, project window. So we can see here static structural engineering data. So I will select on the engineering data. So we have selected this static structural steel. uh, then for the steel there are some standard values. We can see over here density is 1850, then coefficient of thermal expansion to 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 5. Then we can see Young's modulus 2 into 10 to the power 11 Pascal, Poisson's ratio 0.3, and other are listed over here like this. Okay, so I will close this one. Material data has been already taken, so we will go for the geometry. Click on geometry to open in the design modeler. Okay, so once I will open this design modeler, we can import the geometry into the design modeler. So I will click over here, file, import external geometry file. Okay, so I will take it from the saved IGS file. So I will open this rotavator blade. So open over here. So as we were asking for this model, it will be inputted in the present window. So go to generate. So it has been imported over here. Okay, so we can see over here the part body is single one. Okay, so now I can make changes if you want, otherwise I will close this window and again go for the model. As we can see the geometry, in front of geometry a right click is over there. Okay, so it means that the geometry has been recorded in this software. Then I will go for this model, double click on model. So it may take some time. So already imported geometry will be reflected in the model also. So mechanical window will open very soon. So as you can see, mechanical window has been opened. So it will take some seconds to open. Yeah, so you can see this geometry of the rotavator blade. Now I will go for first mesh. Whatever the tools are there, you are aware about this. And as soon as we have entered into this mechanical or static structural window, we need to first go for this discretization on meshing. So we can see the display of meshing as default. We can take default values also, we can take. Then go for size. So size function, change it adaptive to proximity and curvature. So it will give fine meshing at the curvature. Then transition will be fast. Then span of angle, so we will take it as a course, as we need to take only for the educational video. So uh, as we can see, if it is selected as a fine, then it will take some more time for analysis purpose. So we will take this for teaching purpose. So go to mesh, right click, generate mesh. So it will be generated very fast, as we have selected only the coarse meshing. So it will be finer, coarse meshing, not that much fine. Yes, it has been completed. So not that much fine, but as compared to other, it is we can say finer mesh. Okay, as we have selected this proximity and curvature, so that it has been taken like this. Okay, now we will go for applying the loads. Okay, so go for loads, force which need to be applied over here. So first force I need to apply on the blade, because this blade is going to be rubbed with the soil. Okay, so the main force is coming on this blade surface. So first I will apply on this, and the force we have taken 3800 Newton on the face. So direction is okay. Then again I want to apply the load on this face, having same 3800 Newton and having the same direction. So why I'm applying different load at different edges, different faces? Because the orientation of that face is changing, so that force is tangentially applied over here. So I'm taking different one. So again the force here applied tangentially, having the same magnitude, and here the direction need to be changed. From here we can apply like this. Okay, the tangential is applied over here. Again next force is applied at this point tangentially. Apply the value of this force is 20427, and the direction will be opposite over here. Okay, so the force part has been over. Now we will go for the supports, fixed supports. Go for this one. Yes, and go for apply. So your boundary condition has been applied very successfully. Then go for solution phase. Again we need to have a total deformation, strain, one mesh strain, and maximum principal strain, maximum shear, then normal strain and shear strain. Then stresses, one mesh is maximum principal stress, then minimum principal stress, maximum shear, intensity of stress, then shear stress. These are the things that we need to see over here. That is sufficient, and again we will go for solution over here. Solve, automatically everything will be solved. So it is in progress, so you may take pause over here. So we will see the results now. So just click on this and you may get the results. Yes, this is the result what we have got over here for maximum deflection model. So now go for this graph, and we may see the simulation of this blade, how it is deflecting due to the load which has been applied over there. So this is what the maximum deflection, it is 63.389 maximum deflection it is having. The next one, equivalent elastic strain, it is equivalent elastic strain maximum is at the second fixed point, you can see. Okay, this is at this point. The next one is maximum principal elastic strain, maximum shear elastic, normal elastic strain, then shear elastic strain, equivalent stress, principal stress, maximum shear stress is there, which is 5956 Pascal, sorry, megapascal. Unit is given over here, and then stress intensity is 11913. That is maximum stress intensity is in megapascal. It is 11,913. Then shear stress is given like this. So in this way we can see the analysis of this window, oh sorry, this rotavator blade. Okay, thank you very much for your attention.